Hey guys, what's going on? This is Hunter SC, and today I've picked a match off the Korean servers to bring to you guys. I believe this is a ladder match. The player in the bottom left position, a very well-known Zerg player, especially in Korea and on the Southeast Asian servers. From the team Nv, we have XiGua. I do not remember what NV stands for, but it is a pretty prestigious clan off of the Southeast Asian servers. They've been really doing work, especially in the past couple months, to improve and making more of an impression in the tournament scene and in and around Korea. So I'm really expecting that XiGua should put on a good game for us today. I've seen his match before, I've cast his match before, and yeah, he hasn't disappointed me yet. So hopefully that won't be the case today. I'll also mention that this is one of the most popular replays of the past few days, like one of the most downloaded. So hopefully it showcases something interesting for us today. XiGua's opponent, known as Cami, with a capital everything except for the I. I don't know anything about Cami. I'm pretty sure that Cami's just sort of an unknown player. And he's going to be the Terran player in the top right position. This is Naga Caverns. I'm going to take off the scoreboard, keep an eye on the production tab, see what kind of openers these players go for, as XiGua is actually scouting very quickly with his drone. Of course, wants to get some kind of intel before the first Marine gets out, and notice how he is attacking the worker producing the barracks, and this forces another SCV off of the mineral line. And, ooh, that worker there, only 10 hit points left, but the drone is going to have to, just renege. God, is that even the right word? At least for right now. And he does spot the one refinery that has gone down. And what build do we have from XiGua? Hatchery first. No gas yet. Okay, there we go as he puts the extractor down. So we're going to see a spawning pool go down right now for XiGua. And he's going to have enough gas to get Zergling speed out very quickly. This is a very ballsy build. You normally do not see Zerg players go hatchery first in ZvT on Naga Caverns because the natural expansion is just very wide open. And ooh, look at this. Bunker going to be going down behind the tall grass there. And we have one Overlord in the middle, one Overlord sort of scooting to the backside of the natural expansion. And in Cami's base, he does have a tech lab, and he's getting a Reaper. So this is quite interesting so far. These are, you never normally see Zerg player go hatchery first on Naga Caverns, and especially since, the recent nerfs to Reapers, you don't see Reapers at all, and you don't usually see this kind of Reaper opening. But I think that as the metagame starts to evolve a little bit more, we are going to see more and more Reapers used. It's a very good scouting unit, just a good utility unit all around, and to have them, being used virtually not at all at this point is just very surprising to me, and I'm sure that that's going to change shortly. So let's see how XiGua is going to try to defend this. As on XiGua's vision, look, he can't see the Reaper. He has no idea about the barracks. So you know what? I'm going to fault XiGua for not having an Overlord here, for not, doing some amount of scouting. He had no idea that this bunker went down, and certainly didn't know about the Reaper until the last possible second. So this is very bad news. This is a very tricky play here from our Terran player to have one bunker on this side of the grass, and actually the cancel is forced on the second bunker here. So just one Reaper, and he is in the red. But, despite the fact that XiGua didn't have any real scouting done, and despite the fact he didn't know about this bunker, XiGua actually was able to defend that quite well. This Reaper only has 7 hit points left. He's not going to be able to do anything else. And here we go. A interesting transition into 3 more barracks and a command center. I'm not sure if this is sort of a panic play. Cami's maybe worried about the Zerg player putting a lot of pressure on him soon. Cami might be worried that his, Reaper, attempted Reaper sort of bunker play was really completely nullified, didn't do a lot of damage with it. So the ball's sort of in XiGua's court now as to what he wants to do and where he wants to take this game from here. And he's got some speedlings out on the map. He's got map control, doesn't want to, wander too close to that ledge and take damage from that Reaper. This Naga tower vacant at this point. Oh, he sees the orbital command. Of course, he does have this Overlord here. So XiGua very well aware of the orbital. He takes this opportunity to build 6 drones. And he is getting lair tech as well, a baneling nest on the way. Uses a drone with minerals in his hand, but that's okay. Second extractor now complete, and a third extractor and fourth extractor on the way as well. Now complete map control going to the Zerg player. ZvT still has this Overlord in a position to do more scouting if he wants to, but ZvT does not know about the additional 3 barracks, all of which have reactors on them. So 4 barracks with 3 reactors and 1 tech lab, and there is finally a factory on the way as well. This Reaper actually gets a couple of Zergling kills there. Creep sped already on the way out as well. We do actually have a 3rd queen, really just for creep tumor duty, and we're going to have a very fast creep spread on the way out. Still just this annoying Reaper on the high ground. Of course, ZvT well aware of that, but can't do anything about it. And as I see on the production tab, we do have a Spire on the way. Spire going up just behind the main base mineral line. Baneling speed on the way. Building 3 more Overlords all at once, actually. Evo Chamber on the way. Zergling speed done a long time ago. I have no idea why I would even mention that at all. Evo Chamber now half complete. Just 1 Evo Chamber, though. Not going too crazy on the upgrades, as we see at the natural base of Cammy. Starport on the way, and a couple of supply depots along with a bunker. Gonna, you know, provide a pretty sturdy wall off here. There is still a gap here, and who is sort of gonna make the first move here? I bet you it's gonna be ZvT, just because he's staying on 2 base while he is well aware that the that the Terran player Cammy is on 2 base as well. But actually, just as I'm saying that, he's putting up a 3rd, so maybe ZvT is going for this more macro intensive, and maybe ZvT is not going to put on pressure anytime soon. We have +1 melee attack on the way. And it looks like that Reaper was taken out. Still completely confined to his base. Cammy now getting up his 4th refinery, getting some tanks out. Siege mode on the way. He's got another tank on the way. Not using these barracks right now. Maybe slipping just a little bit on his macro. It's not good to have, you know, 4 barracks, all with add-ons, you know, not doing any production. But you know, they're kicking back in now, so it just fell for a moment there. 8 Mutalisks on the way. So this is the main investment at this stage of the game. 8 Mutas. We're going to keep a close eye on them, and I would certainly expect that they're going to do, well, let's see, are they going to do significant damage? There are a ton of Marines out, and you know what? ZvT doesn't realize that there are 3 barracks with reactors. That's a ton of Marine production, and without any upgrades, these Mutas, you know, might have a hard time against that many Stim Marines. They got combat shield, and no plus attack or anything. This eBay has not kicked in just yet, but regardless of that fact, I think Cammy's going to be just fine against these Mutas, and this rather heavy gas investment is going to be kind of wasted. Burrow on the way, +1 Flyer on the way, as melee is now nearly complete. A couple more Mutas going to pop out any moment, while Cammy just going with more medevacs, getting some additional tanks out, and 7 Marines at a time. He's producing Marines out of all of his barracks at this point. And yeah, as such, as I mentioned before, these Mutas are just going to have a really difficult time. And it looks like Cammy actually is going to stage an attack here. And this is gonna be tough for ZvT to hold. Look at all these creep tumors. Great creep spread, but I mean the unit composition just might not be ideal, and I think I would chalk that up to the lack of scouting, as we can still see ZvT just have no idea. But this is a really big counterattack. These Zerglings doing a ton of damage, as the worker count now falling to 39, jumping back up to 41 compared to the 64 drones for ZvT, as this Terran army now moving down to the 3rd. So these Speedlings have done a ton of damage. The Muta's doing some good damage as well, but there is almost nothing here to defend against this many Marines with Stimpaks, combat shields, and the tanks as well for support. Not a good place to siege up, so far away from those Marines, but oh my god, those Banelings doing so much damage. So many of the Marines get taken out, and those Mutalisks doing great damage against the siege tanks. Those siege tanks were not sieged up in an ideal position, and oh man, I'm just going to have to eat my words. These Speedlings, and especially the Banelings against the Marines, along with these Mutas to clean up the medevacs and siege tanks, just doing a ton of damage, and Cammy calls GG. what an intense game. I really thought Cammy was just going to crush XiGua as he, took out his third base, but perfect micro. Well, you know what? I can't call it perfect micro from XiGua. I would say that Cammy did make a mistake by sieging up those tanks so far away from his Marines. They were really left vulnerable to the Mutalisks. And, I mean, the Marine split from Cammy as well, a little less than ideal as those Banelings. They did have the speed upgrade. Speed Banelings on creep do move very quickly, so it's difficult to react, and it's difficult to split your Marines, but those Banelings so cost effective, just, oh man, just spewing acid all over those Marines and destroying them all. Very intense match. It's getting pretty excited at the end there. I hope you guys enjoyed this Zerg versus Terran. Really went down to the wire, and I think there was one more match between these two players that I definitely want to take a look at now, and cast some other games for you guys later today. So if you enjoy the content, be sure to subscribe, and until next time, thanks for watching. Peace out, guys.